this baby for months. He was tracking ovulation with me. We had lists of names, Pinterest boards, paint samples, little jokes about whose nose the baby would have. We were so ready for this next chapter of our lives. But I cheated during that window. I don't even know what the hell I was thinking. Everything was stressful. I was worried about getting a period, yet again. He scoffed when I told him how worried I was and told me to take things easy. I felt unloved. I wanted comfort and ended up sleeping with a coworker during one night shift. It was just once, but it was enough to make everything fall apart. I found out I was pregnant the next month and nearly had a panic attack. I kept my worries bottled up for as long as I could, but I couldn't keep it in any longer. Pregnancy hormones were wreaking havoc in my mind, making me feel vulnerable, emotional. So I told him and prayed everything would turn out all right. But it didn't. He went quiet, then said he wasn't going to sign the birth certificate unless a paternity test proved the baby is his. That was the moment of reality check for me. I never expected it. I never expected him to be so crass, so blunt about it. I've had panic attacks every week since. He says he's not rejecting the baby, just protecting himself. But I feel like he's already halfway out the door. I begged him to at least wait until the baby's born before deciding. He says he doesn't want to wait that long and it'll be too late for him to untangle. He keeps reading up on legal stuff. He says he wants me to get a prenatal paternity test. I've been adamant that would not. He says he'd take me to court if I don't. We haven't even made it to the third trimester, and it already feels like we're in legal battle. I sleep in the bedroom alone now. He moved into the spare room. I hear him crying sometimes when he thinks I'm asleep. I want to fix this. I want to believe it's still our baby. I feel sick with guilt all the time and I don't know how to function. My mom says to give him space, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's selfish. But I'm pregnant, I'm hormonal, I feel sick around the clock. I'm slow, swollen, and I have no energy. I can't give him space. I need him to step up. For me, for our child. Update 1. He left for his parents' house almost 3 weeks ago saying he needed air, but I know he just couldn't stand to be near me anymore. He still texts to ask how the pregnancy's going. Cold, distant stuff. Has the baby moved? Any issues at the checkup? But nothing about me. I guess I deserve that. But it wasn't a lie in the magnitude he thinks. It wasn't a full-blown relationship behind his back. It wasn't some secret double life. It was just one time. I know it wasn't okay, but I've seen far worse on this sub and how the betrayed spouses choose to move on from them and work towards reconciliation. So I'm wondering, why don't I get half a chance at that? God knows I'm willing to do everything in my power to come back from this. Hell, I still don't even know why I did it. I just know it wrecked him. He sent me a draft separation agreement last week. It made my skin crawl. I kept thinking this is happening. This is really happening. Then he requested I go to the clinic and get the blood test done to confirm the paternity. I started shaking and couldn't stop for hours. I told him I'd agree to a DNA test right after birth. He said he can't wait that long and the fact that I want to delay this proves he's not the father. That hurts so bad. I can't sleep. I can't eat properly. Tomorrow I'm going for the paternity test. I want to prove to him that he's been wrong all along, that he's shown this cruelty to his own child and to his child's mother. I want to throw the results in his face and shout that he's been the biggest piece of shit ever. Now I'm sitting on the couch watching baby videos and trying not to lose it. The nursery still has half a can of yellow paint sitting open. I can't finish it. Every time I go in there, I feel like I don't deserve it anymore. I don't know if I should be fighting harder or letting go. I don't know if keeping hope is delusion now. Update 2, Liam was born December 3rd. He's perfect. I didn't know I could love anything like this. I held him and forgot everything else for a moment. Just this tiny person who didn't ask for any of the pain I brought into the world. Unfortunately, he's not my husband's baby. I just don't understand how that happened. It was just one time. Just one unprotected intercourse, and I ended up pregnant? Zrania, meanwhile, I've been trying with my husband for months and months and months. I feel like fate was out to screw me over, to pull the rug from right under me, and now I'm a single mom. Congratulations to me. I'm now staying in my mom's spare room. I moved out. I didn't exactly have a choice. He was at work, I was home when the lab mailed us to log into the portal. He texted within the hour, said he'd file divorce papers within next couple of days, and that he'd never want to see me again. Not a hint of concern for me, for the state I was in so close to my due date or my unborn child. I braced myself for labor, but the shock of his message left me numb. I went into labor that afternoon and drove to the hospital with my mom beside me. He never showed. He didn't even send a congratulations after the baby was born. The nursery has been half set up at my mom's house now. I left everything except the diaper bag and a few clothes. I'm applying for aid. I nurse Liam at night and wonder how I'll explain this to him someday. I know this isn't what either of us wanted for our lives. But I made a decision, and now I have to live with it. I don't expect forgiveness anymore. I just hope I can give my son enough love to make up for what I took from him. Edit, my AP has blocked me. If it comes to that, I'll file for child support from him. His wife will not like what may be coming their way. Story 2. 6 months before our wedding, I hooked up with someone while I was away for work. We were long distance. I was drunk more nights than sober, and some random guy handed me the kind of attention I had been starved for. I slept with him. I wish I could say it stopped there, but about a week later, it happened again with the same guy. The morning after, I blocked his number and tried to pretend it never happened. I was too scared to tell my then fiance. Fast forward a few months, and an ex from college slid into my socials. It started as harmless catching up. He was married with a baby on the way too. Somewhere along the way, the jokes got flirty. Nothing physical happened, but I knew I was crossing lines every time I hit send. My then fiance found the messages and it wrecked him. When he asked if there was anything else, I lied right to his face. He still married me because he loved me and because I convinced him it was just dumb texting. Now our marriage counselor keeps pushing me to nail down the why. Apparently my husband needs a clear reason if we have any hope of clawing our way back. That question terrifies me because I do love him. He has been the one bright spot in my life, and I have spent our entire relationship untangling childhood abuse in therapy. Yet I blew everything up anyway. The closest thing to an answer goes like this. Back then, I was getting blackout drunk, spiraling, convinced I was unlovable. Some part of me thought that if I really cared about him, I should set him free so he could find someone normal. I even tried breaking off the engagement a few times, but he refused. In the worst moment of self-hatred, I figured cheating was the only way he would finally walk away. Then I panicked, hid the truth, and begged him to stay because I could not face losing him. It does not feel like a real explanation. It sounds like a flimsy excuse I keep rehearsing. The sex itself was clumsy and awful. There was no thrill, just shame. Has anyone else been here? If you figured out the real reason you sabotaged everything you loved, how did you get there?